You're watching your local television network, TSPN, and now back to the Game of the Week with sportscasters Larry Cenotto and Rick Carter.
Third quarter of Game of the Week brought to you by Guy's Saw Center in Pine Grove. If you've just joined us, we hate to break the news to you, but the halftime score is Golden Sierra 41 and Argonaut 6. It was a close ball game there. It was only 34-6 when Golden Sierra Thomas dropped back and threw a long bomb to his favorite receiver, Travis Cox, to add a little bit to the... I guess some fans were unhappy about that.
Yeah, I heard some grumbling, and they were actually Golden Sierra fans that were kind of walking away saying, you know, that's not necessary. You know, you're pretty much handling them, and then you turn around and throw a play fake bomb down the sideline. But like, our producer Tom and I were talking, it's early in the year. Maybe it's something you got to work on. But when you got
to work on your routes.
You scored 21 points in each of the 2 quarters, or 3 touchdowns in each quarter. I don't think you need to work on a whole lot.
Well, this is a new half. Jamin Worms sitting on the sideline, and we don't think that Golden Sierra got anybody ejected. Machado, one of the bright lights here on his returns, always shifty runner with some power, moves it back to around the 30, or maybe short of the 30, and we commence play in this third quarter with 41-6. As good as Golden Sierra is, I mean, they can't just drop. They got to keep running plays, but there's no reason why they
showed Larry that they can score so quickly, even on the ground, with the speed they have. So let's see what Argonaut does here starting the second half. If they'll come out and try to throw that short pass again.
Machado got a real quick start, and then got tripped real quick and then dropped for short yardage. Looked like Machado got an excellent start on that play, and then he got tripped up near the line of scrimmage, gained about a yard. Number 2, that being Jason Baker, one of the wide receivers, in with the play from head coach Ray Johnson. 2nd and 9.
Well, the quickness of Golden Sierra has caused Argonaut. They've gone to just, their line splits are like shoe to shoe is about what they've done to try to keep the penetration. And what they're going to do is try to throw that short look in, or that little out pattern right there.
So Alderson pass attempt, I think, to probably Lane out there, incomplete. Say, don't burn brush, shred or chip it with a chipper or shredder from Guy's Saw Center. And composting the result is environmentally sound. Chippers and shredders are in at Guy's Saw Center in Pine Grove, where you can get all of your outdoor power equipment. Speaking of power, I watched number 70 throw a nice high block there. That's Mike Pena, Jr., 230 pounds. Some senior backs, a lot of junior linemen. So this is definitely a down year for Argonaut. I still think that they've got some ability there. They might be able to put something together before the year's over. They certainly got some outstanding backs. And what a terrific center that was. Tankersley's all the way into his end zone, has to run it out, and my gosh, the worst thing they could possibly do, a bad snap, and here Golden Sierra's going to take it over 1st and 10 inside the 10-yard line.
Well, and that was one of those things that Darren, that ball, if the quarterback threw the ball that well, we'd be okay. But the ball snapped over Darren's head, and he figured, I'm in some deep trouble, because they put a lot of pressure on his punt before. So he, in his mind, figured, I got to pick it up, take off running, where he had a punt that time.
Yeah.
But you make that up in your mind. You say, I got to try it. And so 1st and goal, their first possession of the second half.
So Golden Sierra can't help running up the score if they get handed to them like that. Thomas, the starting quarterback, back to pass, so let's get it over with. I guess it was intended for one of his tight ends. They collide as number 5, Betancourt, with a defender, and the pass was incomplete.
Well, actually, that's probably an advantage for the Mustangs is to have him throw it, 1st and goal, have him throw a pass. It's the field's real short there. The way they've been running the ball, they've been picking up 5, 6, 7 yards of crack. So I doubt they're going to throw here, Larry. I think what you're going to see is that little quick toss to Travis Cox.
Second and goal from the 9. Let's see. See, he started early. He got the ball. He's going off left tackle behind masked blocking.
See, what Thomas does is he kind of reverse pivots, tosses the ball to Cox,
Doesn't he
and
lead
then
the-
he leads the block up
Yeah.
through the hole.
Behind the left tackle and what have you. So there are plenty of blockers out
And we
there in
talked
front
about,
of, Cox.
number 65, Cook. That's Roscoe Cook, 6'1", 240 on that left side. So he opens up a pretty good lane, and then Thomas says, I can kind of fill in here.
From about the 4, third and goal, and now to the other Eubanks, or maybe, no, was that 23 or 22?
It looked like number 30. But
right.
It was number 20. That's
right.
Zach Krause.
Stopped near the goal line. Fourth and short, fourth and goal, very, very near the goal line. 9:09 remaining. Overall sponsor, Game of the Week, Prospect Motors of Jackson. Amador is truck country. You'll find America's favorites at Prospect Motors. They carry a full lineup of Chevrolet trucks. That's the heartbeat of America. Thomas sneaking in. He finally got in there.
Well, it looked like at first I thought he was in. He got knocked back. He stayed on his feet, was able to roll in. So Thomas on a 1-yard touchdown run.
47-6 with 8:52 remaining third quarter. The game of the week, however, one-sided, brought to you by TSPN. This is the first game we've been at home, right? We've been on the road for a couple of weeks. Thomas will try PAT. One of them was blocked, otherwise he's made them all. A couple of them were 25 yards.
And it's good.
So the quarterback can kick as well as throw, and it's 48-6. I don't remember this. This has got to be about the most one-sided Mustang defeat in recent memory. I just can't remember anything worse than this. Maybe Calaveras, one of their great year, but I just can't recall it.
Well, they've run into a buzzsaw, definitely. And, Golden Sierra came in off that big win last week at East Nicholas with Travis Cox being the player of the week in Sacramento. So, it just kind of perpetuates everybody. And look at all the breaks have gone their way, too. They fumbled, recovered, took it in. Interception, took it in. A bad snap on the punt, sets up first and goal. So it seems like when it's going well, it goes real well.
Argonaut's not that strong, so they're going to have to play errorless ball probably to, have a chance to contend. And when they make turnovers and what have you, it can become a catastrophe. However, they could play perfect ball against this club and not beat them. I don't believe they're outstanding.
I'll tell you, I bet you if you take the Denaire tape, the Hilmar tape, and Golden Sierra and put them together, I think you'd have a good playoff right there between those three.
Long boot, Machado at the 10, 20. He uses blocks extremely well. See him sidestep that blocker that time? Got it up to about the 30, 31.
Excellent observation, Larry, there, because Levi Johnson was moving his man one direction, so Johnny takes the ball inside and then tries to cut right back out. I think he's definitely an all-league player.
Thinking of someone and want them to know you care? Simply pick up the phone and Gordon Hill Flower Shop will deliver that message. Flowers say so much. It's as simple as 123. Phone Gordon Hill and they'll do the rest. Phone 223-0123. Well, let's concentrate on doing something right, get the snap right, and Reinhardt got it. Optioning, look at there, the quarterback options. Maybe they went back to sort of, wasn't he?
It looked like it might have been a broken play. Because Reinhardt turned, looked like he was trying to hand off, and it seemed like he and Finch ran into each other. And Reinhardt very alertly said, well, I'll take it to where the hole is what they teach you in practice.
Baker in with the play, second and short 4. They started out Houston Veer team, then Maggi, the starting quarterback, got hurt, so they've been split backs and pro set and I formation tonight. I think they're kind of out of the Veer. Straight ahead, Machado, a hard hitter for 170 pounds. Johnny's not going to give up. You can believe that. He gives 110% every play, regardless what the score is.
Yeah,
and I'm sure most of those guys are.
Well, that's a gut check right now. They're out there going, okay, I got to show up and I've got to play this game to the end.
Yeah, and they're doing it.
And they picked up a first down. That's a good second effort by Johnny.
They're in the I, slot I. I think Tankersley slotted on the right-hand side to the tailback. Look at, good.
That's a good counter. What they did is Reinhardt opened up to his left, and then he just reverse pivoted back around to Machado.
So suddenly the Mustangs, and my observation earlier was with all that weight, the best thing you can do against these guys is run right at them, because if you try anything else, they're going to outfoot you. Maybe, at least it's working right now. It might be an aberration, but it's working.
Absolutely. They got a nice little drive going.
Second and short 3, 7 minutes remaining in the quarter. Handoff and hit behind the line of scrimmage, driven way back, but forward progress stopped near the line of scrimmage, or maybe a yard loss. They had that one stacked up very well.
As you pointed out earlier, Larry, they may have some kind of a tracking device, you know, because they definitely either heard the play, you know, or maybe they even sent the play in.
Or they saw something on the film. They say, oh well, they do this, and tendencies or whatever. But they're just right there. Look at that. There's 8 guys massed right up there. No wonder. Cenotto hit that hole as hard as you possibly could, but they were waiting for him. Pineda and others. Pineda's played an outstanding defensive game.
Well,
defensive right in. 5'8", 164 pounds.
I like those big guys.
Yeah.
Those 5'8" guys. That's tall in my book.
Well, 4th and 2.
I think when you're down by 40,
by your kicker?
When you're down by 42, I think you go for it.
You do, or do you give your kicker a chance to have a clean punt tonight? I'm not sure it makes much difference one way or another.
Well, Tankers, his first kick, he had a 37-yarder.
48-6. They're going for it. 4th and a long 1, short 2. Say 4th and 2. Let's don't complicate matters. Cenotto real close. He was hit again by Pineda. I mean, that little guy has been in there all night. He's hitting him behind the line of scrimmage. Cenotto wasn't so good, he wouldn't have made it. Watch number 30 and see how he knifes in there and beats the blockers and gets the tackler.
Well, he's their defensive captain. He was in the middle calling the signals.
My gosh, 1st and 10, past midfield into Golden Sierra territory at about the 47. On the ground, out of the eye, slot eye, they're moving the ball. Reinhardt kept it and moves ahead 3 or 4, so kind of an option. Faked it to the first back, kept it, went off through the hole and gained a few. They're using the clock. Golden Sierra's not scoring while this is going on. 5 minutes remaining in the quarter. Say, you hungry for a delicious pizza? Taste Frank A's Pizza. Frank A's uses nothing but the freshest vegetables and cheeses to top off their great pizza. More about that in just a moment. Slot right. Fake, keep, pitch, option. Cenotto hit near the line of scrimmage, so the Grizzlies, Rick Carter, had every option defended well.
Right. On that option, you know, you have somebody that's in charge. You know, their sole responsibility is to follow the quarterback. You got another that's the pitch man, and they definitely had it well covered.
3rd and long, 3rd and maybe 7. Telling you about Frank A's Pizza. Your upcountry viewers have this option: have a pizza delivered, or you can dine in at the Pine Grove restaurant. Frank A's in Plymouth and Pine Grove.
Well, the best thing about this drive is it's taking time off the clock.
Right. Faking, back to pass, Reinhardt passing into the flat to big Dan Lane again, but it's going to be short of the first down. So even though a great reception, look at the speed of the defense right there, Brian Terry. Another one of those humongous Grizzlies, 5'7", 145-pounder, a varsity starter last year. This is a veteran club. They've got a lot of people back from last year, regardless of their size. 4th and long 3, we'll call it.
Well, Ray Johnson right now would love to have another first down. That'll take another couple of minutes off this clock, and plus it gives them a little more confidence on offense. They're moving the ball down the field.
Split backs this time. They give it to their money player. Oops.
And
I think Reinhardt kept it, but they lose the ball anyway, so it doesn't make any difference.
Mustangs fumble, the Grizzlies recover.
I thought they were going to give it to Cenotto, but I guess he never got it, or...
Yeah, I'm not sure if he got it or not, but
actually
put it back a couple of yards.
As they take over just past the 40.
So they gamble again, lose it that time, and they use up a lot of that clock, so 3:15 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Golden Sierra 48, Argonaut Mustang 6. In the first football game played at night, the Dan Barnett Field, Argonaut campus, Fran Vira Sports Complex, Rick Carter booth, or TSPN booth.
actually, there have been a lot of people I know. Oh, it's picked.
Tankersley, but penalty flag is down, and there could be some sort of either offensive or defensive interference as Tankersley picked up the deflected ball and moved ahead, but the hanky went down very soon. I'd rather imagine that someone was pushing, and I'm afraid that it's probably Argonaut.
Yeah. They're going to call pass interference against the Mustangs. I really didn't see what occurred, so...
well, I did. I saw a little shoving there in the part of the pattern, and that probably had something to do with the deflection and the interception. There was a collision with the intended receiver. 2:48.
Well,
third
you
quarter,
can get the
48-6.
sense that the Cox box is not done yet. 48-6, they're throwing a pass. I guess one of those things that you would hope wouldn't happen is maybe somebody gets hurt.
They keep doing this, there'll be a box on the Cox box.
I guess. I don't know. Hey,
Cox has it. Hit hard, penalty flag down. You saw it, probably holding.
well,
Illegal block against the Grizzlies.
it was kind of funny. That flag was thrown on the left side, number 75, and that's Scott Zarella. He had his hand all the way around one of Chris Cronin's leg, and there wasn't even a flag thrown at that spot.
No doubt about
Cronin
that.
was trying to pull his leg away from him, but there is definitely where it was thrown. That's a holding call.
I think the Grizzlies losing their momentum here a little bit. 48-6 with 2:38 left in the third. Bren's Care Plumbing, servicing Amador and Calaveras County. That may be a new name for you. Bren's Care Plumbing. We'll tell you more about it here in a moment after this next play. The Grizzlies, Thomas, the starting quarterback, still in there. 48-6, 2:23 left in the third quarter. I guess they'll probably go to the air this time with first and long.
Well, they did that before. Actually, they're going to come, yep.
Fake. Someone was in there very quickly. Look at the flat, wide open. You see him, number 35 there, big as life, and Machado finally gathers him. Bill Wright out of the backfield.
Hey, he knew right where that first down was, and it looked like he was running on a tilted field, Harry. You
Yeah.
could see him kind of leaning like, oh, I got to get back over here. And he picks up the first down.
Argonaut had a good rush, but I guess a consequence of it was that this flat was wide open over here. Obviously, nobody was out there with Wright, and he caught it. Great pass. Thomas got it off despite the rush. Somebody was right in his face.
Well, they're going to give him second down, and he's only got like 4 inches, so
Oh.
he just was just short of that first down.
Pitch to the Kraus, the junior, who's come in for Eubanks. Eubanks and Cox were tied 3 touchdowns apiece, and now Eubanks is on the bench. Coach Cox says, Eubanks, you sit here.
Well, now I wonder, my boy's going to stay in the game. Your boy's sitting down. He goes, well, Eubanks, you had a chance if you'd intercepted and ran it in.
All the coaches for Golden Sierra have sons on the team. I think that's a prerequisite, actually. If you have a son, you know, that type of thing. But
Well, that's
there's a
interesting.
Headland, there's a Wright, there's a Cox. On the JV team, there's a Cox, there's a Headland.
Huh.
All right, it's a dynasty building. First and 10 from about the 30. Quick pitch to the wing. You know, he's just kind of shoving his blockers right in front of him as he goes down the field.
Well, he's saying, you know what, if I just hide behind them, they're going to take the shots, and I can just kind of, bob and weave, and when it's time for me to fall down, I'll just get out of the way.
Seconds left. We're telling you about Brands Care Plumbing, servicing Amador and Calaveras County, state licensed and bonded, offering repair plumbing and new construction. Also offering senior citizen and commercial discounts. Brands Care Plumbing, locally owned and operated, providing fast, reliable service with care. Call 296-5378, 5378. Thomas looking for the end zone. Beautiful pattern, poorly thrown pass. Penalty flag goes down. I suppose they might have touched the passer maybe after the play. Cronin was there, number 56. Gun sounds, third quarter's history. Roughing the passer again. Mustang frustration, Rick Carter, I would say, is the third quarter, is a defensive penalty. They're going to have one more play in the quarter? Is that how that goes?
Yeah, you can't end it on a defensive penalty. So there'll be an untimed down. This will give them a first down.
Guy at Saw Center has proudly sponsored this third quarter coverage of Game of the Week. The spiraling cowskin is in the air again. Can winter be far away? Well, your gathering, splitting, and cutting of wood would be a lot easier with power equipment from Guy's Saw Center. Sharpen and tune up that chainsaw. Get that protective gear, that accessory you need. Guy's Saw Center in Pine Grove has it all. Well, the third quarter is over. The fourth will be with us in a moment, and we'll be back with it.